Full disclosure, a company called Zencoder contacted me to make a video about their platform, which I thought was okay. You can see the video on my channel. This video I'm doing about the same platform completely for free because I've been so blown away by the features that I've unearthed playing around with it since. I was asking Zencoder to create a to-do list app for me, and that one looked something like this. As you can see, pretty basic. I've got a different color gradient on this one, but you put a task in here, there it goes. If you've seen the previous video, you'll know that I was doing it inside Visual Studio, which you can see here. Now, what I hadn't done was use this coding agent in the bottom. Since switching that on, I asked it the same thing, to create a to-do list app for me, and my god, did it fulfill the brief. Now, I've been talking to the coding agent for quite a while now. I've spent a few hours on this, but as you can see, I've got loads of code, and the to-do list now looks like this. And here you can see I can add a task in, and there it is. And I can hit confetti, thank you very much. But that's not all. I then asked if the platform would be able to create a repository, a leaderboard of all of the tasks. Would this be something that I could roll out across a business to see what all of my team is doing? And here you can see it's done exactly that. So not only has it given me a repository where I could have teams dropping down from here and all of their tasks listed along the side, it's also given me options for the impact of the tasks and their significance. This is no simple feat. It's had to create an entire backend database. I've had to host this on a server, for which I used a platform called MongoDB, which many of you will have heard of. I then had to get the key. I then had to set up the server along with the front end, match those all together. And you can see here that it's given me a whole bunch of other pages. So this is for syncing tasks to the database, which obviously will be automatic in future. Here I can create new teams. I've also got a login page as well. So as you can see, Zencoder coding agent has created a hell of a lot of code, and it's been doing an incredible job. It's been like working with a software developer who does everything that I want. But not only that, I'm learning as I go. You can see in the chat on the sidebar here that it's telling me what to do and explaining why we're doing it. It's telling me what pieces of code need to change and why, and then it's doing it. And then it's telling me what commands I need to put into the terminal in order to make it all happen. Now, another thing that really seems to be a USP for Zencoder is that it just sits inside Visual Studio, which is a very well-used coding platform, which is a very well-used developer suite as it is. So what have I learnt about the Vibes coding experience over these two videos? Well, firstly, Vibes coding definitely is a thing. As you can see, I've made an app that works, that I can list all of my tasks. I can click them off with a confetti celebration, and then they can all be stored somewhere and they can be ranked against one another. Now, the possibilities here are endless. My next stage on this is that I'm going to drop in an AI to prioritize those tasks and tell me which ones are the most important, as well as different user logins for my team. So as you can see, I've built a SaaS company really on my own with very little technical knowledge over the course of about 3 days, which has kind of blown my mind. One thing that still does take up a lot of time is debugging. So it's not just a passive experience where you just click fix this, fix this, fix this, fix this. You do have to do some investigating yourself, figure out roughly what the issue is going to be, and then ask the agent to go and fix it for you. It does take some time. There is still some human agency required. All of that being said, it really does make me realize just how quickly agents are going to take over the software development industry. A lot of what I'm doing here is just copying and pasting, as well as I say, doing a little bit of investigating myself. But you can really see how intelligent agents are just going to take all of this over, and the amount of human input needed is just going to get less and less and less and less. I'm increasingly convinced that AIs are not going to be entities in and of themselves as we traditionally think of the term. Actually, they really are an extension of the individual's brain. Just in the same way that your smartphone or your laptop is an extension of yourself, so too is the AI. It is doing things on your behalf, but only when you ask it to. It's super clear to me that AI AI is not its own sentient being in any sense of the word. Rather, it is a web, a constellation of different functions that are available to individuals to use as they see fit. I'm less worried than ever about an AI takeover and more excited than ever about all of the possibilities of what individuals can achieve. Finally, what I also realized is that there is a lot of stuff that you don't need to know. We are now in an era where AIs can review huge amounts of information for you and can prioritize the most important bits. It's a true collaboration in every sense of the word. The AI is doing a lot of the mental legwork for you so that you can focus really just on the executive decision making. It's been a really interesting experience in many ways, and I'm looking forward to improving my to-do list platform and the insight and analysis that you can get out of the back end of it, purely as an experiment. I don't ever expect to sell this, although if you're interested, get in touch. But I just want to see how far I can push the Vibes Code experience. So thank you very much, Zencoder. Make sure you hit subscribe if you want to know all about the latest AI tools, tips, and tricks.